How can you move forward and not just survive, but thrive as a small YouTube creator? This morning I woke up and this is what I saw. 8,244 views in the last 48 hours. This is real time. And yet you might think, well, of course, you've got over 160,000 YouTube subscribers. And yes, you're right. But fact is, what I think for most successful average YouTubers, in other words, people that didn't come to the platform with years of experience on TV or editing or understanding photography, camera settings, and more, is it takes time, effort, and not every video blows up. In fact, look at my past catalog and you'll see so many videos where I'm just driving 1,000, 2,000 views a day, and yet I was able to make this happen. And furthermore, if you continue to dig in, you'll see I've published a lot of videos in the last year that have driven tens of thousands of views. But this video is not about me, it's truly about you. I just wanted to take the time and set the stage and share that, I struggle just as much as the next YouTuber. I'm not a superstar, I don't have millions of subscribers, but I am doing the brand deals, etc., making it happen. Here's what we need to consider. In order to make it happen, you've got to really hit these metrics that trigger the algorithm. And I wanted to show you exactly what that looks like, because I've had a number of people mention it would be great if you did just that. So what we're going to do is we're going to peel back the curtain and I'm going to walk you through what you can do, right? The steps you can take to truly make it happen in a realistic manner. And yet I've only really gained 165 or so subscribers in the last month. And the reason for that is because every single month I lose so many subscribers because most give up. They're looking for a magic bullet. They're looking for something that simply does not exist. And it makes me sad because they spend time trying to find something that's not there. We're going to break down what it's truly like to grow a YouTube channel. And literally, this is real time. This video driving 364 views and in the middle of the night, a day and a half after publishing. And you can do this. Stick with me. The first thing we really want to think about is we want to strive to publish a video that the algorithm understands people absolutely love. And how do we do that? What do we look at? The first thing we want to look at are these two arrows. Notice the red arrow. Those are the views associated with this particular video, and it's dramatically outperforming my channel average. And that's represented by the blue arrow. And if you look, there's this gray section right in the middle. And again, that represents how my channel does video to video on average. But if we click into this right here, reach, this is an indication to how much interest the overall audience has. Stick with me. Your CTR, which people talk about all the time, is not the answer to success, but it's the first step. And frankly, you've kind of got to hit a certain kind of number to make it a reality. And if you look at this performance, again, when we click into reach, here you can see that this video has a CTR of 7.2%. But that number has been dramatically declining hour after hour, but it's still enough to continue to drive the views based on other metrics that are also doing well. So the thing to think about is you absolutely want to do your best to really create a title based on a subject that a broad audience is really interested in. And this video was just that. It's based on real YouTubers getting demonetized and some new things that are happening on YouTube. Number one, I used the word new. Number two, I used a keyword phrase that was YouTube monetization, making it easy for the algorithm to connect my video to viewers who have watched videos on, guess what, YouTube monetization in the past. Listen, you totally can do this. And I totally believe in you. And I'm so excited to really break this down. So let's kind of continue, right? If we look at how the video performed in the first 24 hours, notice that when I launched the video, the CTR was even higher. And then you can kind of see that it drops off slowly, but generally speaking, it's still doing very well with a CTR of 7.2%. A big misconception for a lot of new YouTube creators, small creators, is that they have this idea, well, I hit 8% and I don't get the views. Well, there's no one metric that you can publish a video and triggering the algorithm, right? There's no one metric that's going to get you the results. It's really based on a few things that we're going to cover. Another big misconception is this idea of, you know, your video has to appeal to a broad amount of viewers. When you look at your video with 100 views, it's not the same as a video that's driven, you know, 3,600 views in the first 24 hours of a video's release. Because again, as a video reaches a bigger audience, those metrics, they start to drop. Stick with me. This is how it really works. And you can do this, and we're going to talk about how as we move forward. We're going to talk about how you can not just survive, but thrive. Now, the next thing I always look at is the engagement. This is literally the word. It's right in the navigation. Okay, engagement. When you think about all the most important metrics, they're measurements of how engaged the viewer is who just clicked into your video. So you can have a great CTR, 7-8%, but if they watch your 10-minute video for 2 minutes, it's probably not enough unless you're ranking in YouTube search, which I don't think you should ignore. But the fact is once you start focusing on what we're breaking down today, you'll get views from search, suggested, browse, and so on. This video is hitting in browse. Okay, so if we click into engagement, now we can see that this video, which is I think 12 or 13 minutes, kept viewers watching on average for 5 minutes and 25 seconds. This is above average for where my channel is at. Remember, the gray area is my channel average, and now we're looking at the average view duration, and this video is outperforming it. So number one, the video is doing better with how interested viewers are. They're clicking more. Number two, they're watching longer, and you get the idea. Now, if we continue and we look at this right here, the watch time. I've talked about this endlessly, but I want to make sure you really get this. This is the metric to measure, not CTR and not average view duration, because these two metrics, CTR, average view duration, make out this, right? They lead to this. And as you can see, this watch time is way above my channel average once again. This is the easy way, or the easy mode, to measure the performance of your individual videos. What I want to encourage you to do, if you want to like really thrive, is just to do your best to honor where your channel's at and to try to improve. And when you see that, also acknowledge that you're not in a vacuum, and you don't just get more views because your metrics went up. You get more views because you're competing against other videos, and now you're in it to win it, and your video is outperforming other videos. And as long as it continues to do that, you'll continue to get views. It's how one of my older videos drove like between 2,000 and 3,000 views for over 2 years, and nearly has cracked 2 million views. The video outperformed other videos for about 2 years. So you can see here the watch time is exceptional. Now it continues, and this is the thing I want you to really think about, is if you want to grow, there are no silver buttons, and the best thing you can do is really learn and understand the best practices and find that place in the middle where you're publishing videos you're excited about, that you want to make, but most of the time you're making videos for your audience, and you find that place in the middle. This is what your audience wants to wear, what they want. This is what your audience wants to watch, and you're making videos for yourself, but most of the time you're kind of in the middle. I love talking about YouTube, algorithms. I love talking about internet marketing. And over time, I became really enamored and excited about cameras, filming, and all the things YouTube. It's a really good match. Most of the time, I can make videos that I'm excited to make, and now and then some of them break out. So let's continue. Notice this big downward arrow, and notice we're in the overview section of this video's individual analytics. Don't measure your analytics on your channel average or look at your analytics through the lens of your channel overall. Instead, look at the metrics with individual videos, because individual videos are what grow channels. And if we scroll down, you'll come to this, your audience retention report. Here it says key moments for audience retention. And if we look in the first 30 seconds, notice it's highlighted in blue. Now that just tells me it must be important. Like if YouTube is highlighting this 30-second intro, obviously it's important. And this video, once again, did better than most. 74% are continuing to watch at 30 seconds. You have to do your best to make all these things happen. And it's completely overwhelming. And when you start to really honor this and you're focusing on making these things happen, they will not to the degree where you get the views that you want. It's why MKBHD spent over a year uploading videos and struggled and finally made it. It's why PewDiePie, who was one of the biggest YouTubers for ages, in fact, he was the #1 solo YouTube creator, and he too spent a lot of time making it happen. Don't expect that you can shortcut what the great YouTubers weren't able to. Think about that. The greatest YouTubers weren't able to shortcut. How are you going to do it? Right? I just don't think it's a good way to think about it. But instead, if you learn to thrive, which we're going to talk about how I do that, and it's so damn fun and exciting, and furthermore, it's allowed me to do brand deals, make money, write books, speak on stages, do all the things that I considered the things I wanted to do when getting started, and you can too, I promise. But it is going to take a little bit of time. Now, if we look at the continued audience retention, now, average view duration is on average how long viewers watch. The retention is the measurement of how many people are clicking off or leaving your video. We want these numbers to be high. And as you can see here, this is above average, 74%. But when we look at top moments, right, this section here, top moment, if I click that, once again, notice we've got the blue line, which represents how this video did in terms of audience retention, and then we have the gray. It outperformed my other videos once again, and all of these things created the perfect YouTube storm, and my video took off. If you go try to find someone that's going to tell you the easy way, which so many YouTubers do, you'll spin your wheels. You'll never really get started on what truly matters, and you won't be able to grow. Like if you want to know what to do and you're like, just tell me what to do. This video is the metrics you have to hit. I'm going to share some tips and ideas as we move forward on how to make it happen. But I need to set the stage. This video is about how to thrive, and now we're getting to it because this is key right here. Notice it says, a day ago on South Padre Island. You see, the thing that I've done that's really made YouTube fun and interesting for me, even when I'm not getting the views that I want, which is 10,000 views in the first 24 hours. That's what I want. What do you want? Do you want 500? Would that be awesome? Would you be happy with that? Maybe it's 2,000. You probably won't get that right away, but what do? Well, this is how I've done it. I've done my best to identify other things other than views, other than subscribers that are rewarding for me. Filming vlogs, using a new lens, changing the lighting, the backdrop, learning about different aspects, trying to make videos I'm proud of, and videos that people respond to, and I take it with a grain of salt. It's really hard when I put time and attention into a video and it does okay. I made this video about 2 weeks ago, and I was really proud of it. The bokeh, the filming, the cinematography, the things that I enjoy. You might, but that's the point. The point of this video is, what is the thing that excites you about making videos? Get in touch with that. It needs to be tangible. It needs to be something you can study and look into and try to improve upon. And when you do that and you start connecting it, and it's connected with something that viewers are interested in, like when someone says, I love that you filmed this on South Padre. When another person says, I love the vlogs that you've been releasing, so fun and engaging, I want to try that myself. These are things that viewers respond to. Cinematography, different types of lenses, telling a compelling story, and working on my delivery, working on my ability to communicate on camera in a way that resonates with people. It takes a lot of practice, but the moment you stop and just say, what is it that I'm excited about doing that audiences are also excited about as well? The moment you really lean into that, like better editing or, creating something that's funny and engaging, and an audience is into that. Like when people say, well, I make funny videos and montages. They're funny to you, but when you take a subject that has been proven to be funny for an audience, and you do that by qualifying your video topic, which I've talked about to death. There are so many ways to qualify your video topic, more importantly, your video title, then you're on the path to learning the skills needed to not just survive, but to thrive, and in time you will start getting the views. And here's what I want you to think about. When I started out, I had a goal to hit 10,000 subscribers in a 1-year period, and it was a lot of work. It was challenging, it was difficult, and I made it happen. And I stayed true to myself, and I didn't give up in 10 videos, which a lot of people do. There'll be someone that mentions, oh my God, he did nothing new. There's nothing new on YouTube. Like if you want someone to tell you that these are the buttons to click when uploading your video to get a bunch of views, they're out there. And the truth is there are a few new settings, but I think when someone promises and overpromises results based on uploading a video, you're really in trouble. I think you really need to get honest with what it's going to take, how you're going to get there, and you just need to approach it in a realistic manner. And as I started taking screenshots for this particular video, like this is where I'm at in real time. The video this morning is continuing to drive hundreds of views an hour, and I know I'll do it again. So my results might not be a lot for a lot of YouTubers, but you know what? There are YouTubers that are looking for something that does not exist. This is the reality of growing a channel and being successful. Not all your videos are going to take off and win, but I promise you, when you stick with it, when you're realistic about what you're after, and you start taking the steps necessary, a lot of people don't. Please fix your shaky footage. Please fix your poor delivery. Please focus on learning how to make better thumbnails. And these videos on the screen now, they'll teach you exactly how to do that. I'll see you on those videos. What just happened? I'm out of here.